We still have some structural constraint. I'm going to come back to that. But of interest is that the growth figures have surprised everybody to the upside, which is an important aspect. And unemployment has gone down. We've seen labor force survey about 240,000 net employment. All of that reflects that there are some positive developments within the economy in South Africa. We are involved in a number of structural reforms through a program called Operation Vulindlela, which identifies bottlenecks in the economy. Key areas of focus is the electricity. Understandably so, because we've been focusing on trying to fix Eskom without fixing power to the grid. The challenge is how do you do a combination of both. That's what we're trying to achieve now, to increase new capacity while fixing Eskom. We're also trying to deal with a new challenge which is emerging, which is logistics in terms of Transnet. We've done very well in finalizing the spectrum. We're moving into from analog into digital. So that's progress which will have an impact on growth and reduce the data cost. So there are a number of these measures which we're investing massively on infrastructure in order to stimulate growth. There are a lot of programs that are supporting SMME in government, from local government to national. All spheres of government are involved in that activity. The key challenge which I've raised with the Minister of Small and Medium Enterprises Development is that we need to have a proper coordination, because sometimes we may duplicate efforts. So there's a lot of work, lot of support, uncoordinated, and therefore little impact. And that's what we intend doing. What we have, I may say, spillover effects. A number of combinations is the Russian conflict, is other issues which are not globally interesting, increasing interest global. The South African Reserve Bank, understandably so, do not want to be behind the curve, because they have to protect the currency. If they don't move, you are likely to see massive capital outflows which may undermine the currency at the moment. So, but it has another blunt effect, in the sense that it increases my debt service cost, it increases everyone's, even a consumer's borrowing cost. So on one hand, you are doing a positive development this side, which impact on consumers on the other side, and also on the fiscal debt. So it has got all those challenges, but we understand what the rationale behind it. The increase in transport costs and food prices are largely associated with the disruptions, supply chain disruptions globally, and also with the effect of the increase in fuel prices, which have fit into the economy and pushing transport costs and other things, related costs. One of two things we can do. First, we did beginning of April up to August, trying to cushion the impact by lowering the price of the fuel prices. Accompanying that is to cushion the vulnerable, which we're doing in a number of support to the vulnerable, including what is called the social relief grant, which is the 350. A whole range of measures have been taken to support the vulnerable. My positive message is that if you see the figures now on the economy, you see the determination of government to ensure growth, fiscal stability, and employment. And we are working hard to achieve those objectives. I think there's a potential for this country to grow. If you compare us to our peers in terms of the indicative figures, we're not worse off than economies of our size in the developing world. So I think we are competitive. I mean, for the business community in 2023, we tabled the medium-term budget policy statement, which amongst its key focus is stimulating growth, particularly investing in all different forms of infrastructure. We are placing about 275 billion rand on the ground in the next financial year, which will stimulate growth, I think I'm quite confident that there's a lot to be done. We're beginning to see the effects of that. Construction sector's behavior in the last quarter demonstrate instability in a ruling party, create a sense of policy uncertainty to businesses. So we need stability in the party in order to create business confidence. That's an important aspect which we need to be taking about. But I'm quite mindful of the fact that we've got almost a week to go. After that, we will have everybody will be clear that the party is coming back, solid, united, and able to take the country forward. What we want from business lastly is partnership. We have been exploring those things and particularly sectoral, because there's no one size fits all. And we inviting business people to interact and communicate with that and say what is specific in their sector, what will stimulate growth in their sector, what are the kind of measures, support measures they require from government. We are a government which has got an open door, which wants to assist business because there should be partners with us in creating employment. So we, on our side, we're putting forward the regulatory framework, which is supportive. That's true. That's why we have the president employs somebody in the president to look at all the rate types. Creating the necessary environment for business to operate. We're investing in infrastructure which will support all the sectors. The infrastructure we're talking about is across all sectors of the economy. In that sense, we would stimulate growth. So we would like business to come through and become partners in this journey.